Hey, LilahsGigi here, and today we're going to work on the Bellissimo bracelet by the Looming Artist, formerly known as Dreamin' Out Loud. She posted this March 2015. It's just a gorgeous, gorgeous bracelet. Andrea is, well, I don't know why it's taking so long to load. There we go. Andrea has some gorgeous designs on her account. I have been doing some of them, and I'm happy to say that I have several more to do for her coming up in the near future. So hop on over to her account, like her photos, and give her a follow for me. And I am going to, well, let me show you this first. This is your setup. The middle pin is dropped down, the other two are up in the same height. Okay? And I will be back with you as soon as I gather my bands. So I have this charm. I think it's just really adorable. It's about an inch or so in width. So I want to use that, and what I'm going to do is, this is going to be just 3 colors. I'm going to use the navy blue. It kind of looks like a jelly, or it feels like a jelly. I'm going to use metallic silver and metallic white. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to drop my closure band. I like to do that. And then I'm going to take my border out to the right and to the right and stop right there. And then I'm going to take it to the left and to the left. Okay. So I believe I am probably going to use white here, and we're going to make X's, and then we're going to go straight up. So you want to do a diagonal to the right, oops, second pin bar, first pin, diagonal to the left, take your border color and bring it straight up. Okay, I'll do that with you one more time on this side. Very simple. Diagonal to the right, diagonal to the left, and straight up. Okay. Not sure about the top yet, how it goes. I believe you'll stop 2 pin bars from the top, bring it across like this, and then up. So once we get the X's done, assuming that this is the end of the loom, you would take your border band across, and then up, I believe, because I don't see it laid yet, so I believe that's how it goes. But I do know it does go across and then up to the center. Okay, so let's go to the other side here. First pin bar, last pin bar, first pin, diagonal to the right, diagonal to the left. Take your border color and bring it straight up. Okay, I'll do that with you one more time. Diagonal to the left. Whoops, I'm sorry. Let me see. Yeah, diagonal. I said diagonal to the left and took it to the wrong way. Diagonal to the center, and then diagonal out to the right, and then your border. So just make sure you're consistent with those. The first band you lay will go in towards the center, and then you will lay it out, and then the diagonal up. Same thing here. It will go from here to the center, to drop down, finish that X, and then do the border band. Okay, so finish that all the way up to the end of the loom, and I will be back with you. Okay, so I'm back, and the last thing I did was I laid the X this way, and then straight up. And the same thing on this side, from the outside to the center, drop down over here, and then straight up. So what we're going to do now is we're going to finish off the border. So straight across, straight up, and then straight across, and straight up. And make sure you push your bands down. I believe I've already done that, except for the ones that I've got on here. Okay, so this is what your loom should look like. We are going to lay single bands up 2 and 4. Okay, and I'm going to use silver for this. So straight up, and straight up. Okay, pushing your bands down. Go over to the first pin, second pin bar from the right, straight up, and then, oh, that's awful thin. See how thin that is compared to the other ones? Yeah, that's going to go in the trash. Well, recycle anyway. So straight up, and then one more straight up. So go ahead and finish that all the way up to the end of your loom, and then I will be back with you to do the center. Okay, so I am back, and I laid my single chains to the very top. Now, I did drop down 2 instead of 1. If you'd done 1, it would have come across this way and then straight up for your border. The thing is I haven't made this bracelet before, so I don't know how wide it's going to be, and I would rather have it too short than too wide. I'm sorry, too long. So that's usually why I drop down. So I'll show you how it fits at 2 drop down, so you can make your decision as to how far up you want to go up on your loom. Okay, so back down to the bottom here. Let me scooch in just a little bit. Okay, push that down. Now I'm going to, when I do this, I'm going to do every other section here is going to be a different color. So, second pin bar, first pin, diagonal to the left, diagonal down to the right, and this is all from the center pin, diagonal up to the left, and diagonal up to the right. Now this is where I'm going to change colors. I'm going to go with the blue. So again, from the center pin, diagonal down to the left, diagonal down to the right, center pin, diagonal up to the left, and up to the right. I'll just do that with you one more time in the other color. And you'll need to push those pins, those bands down. Oops. From the center, diagonal down to the left, down to the right, up to the left, and up to the right. Okay. I believe we're going to be putting cap bands on these. I'll double check and let you know when I come back. But go ahead and finish those, that pattern all the way up to the end, and I will be back with you. Okay, so I am back, and the last thing I did was I laid these bands here, one out to the left, out to the right, and that was it. So this is what your loom should look like, and mine is every other color. Okay, and if you hear pitter-pattering, I have 2 big dogs and 2 little dogs, and my sister's here with her tiny dog. So the pattering you hear is my big dog Jack walking across the floor. Okay, yeah, he's 100 pounds. He's a pit, and he's the sweetest dog ever. I know they have a bad reputation, but not my Jack, huh, Cracker? He's 100 pounds. He looks like a Cracker Barrel. That's why I call him Cracker. But, and Sebastian, yeah, I see you too. So we're going to put a triple cap band right here, and we do not need them in the center. I was wrong. I misread that. So let's put this triple cap band here. Excuse me. So what you want to do is you want to go in and pull the first band on top, which is the border band, and bring it to the left. Oh, it's looking a little thin. Okay, go in, grab the other one, and bring it out to the right. Okay? Now what we're going to do is we're going to do these diagonals on the bottom here first. We're going to loop them back up to here. Okay? You know, I'm looking, yeah, that's right. I was thinking we needed to go under this, but we don't. So we're going to go over to the right, grab that diagonal that goes down to the right, and bring it up to the center. Going to go into the center, take the top band, loop it back to itself, go in, grab the other top band, which is the last one on there, and bring it back. Then we're going to drop down and do these single bands up. Okay? Just grab it, bring it straight up, go over to the right, 4th pin bar from the left, first pin, and bring it straight up. Okay? I'm going to do that exact same pattern. I'm going to go into here, 2nd pin bar, 2nd pin, bring it to the center. Or is it stuck? There we go. These are pretty stretchy, so I'm not too afraid of them breaking. Going to go in to the right, the lower part of that diagonal, and bring it to the, well, come on, bring it to the center. Go into that center pin, take the top band, bring it out into the left, go in, grab that last band on that pin, and bring it out into the right, drop down, and bring those single bands straight up. That's one. And here is the other one. Excuse me. I'll do this with you one more time. Thought I had pushed those down far enough, but evidently not. Second pin bar, third pin, go in. Well, come on. Grab that diagonal, bring it back to itself. Go over to the right, grab the other part of that diagonal, bring it to the center. Go into the center, grabbing the first band on top, looping it back to itself. Back into the center, taking that last band on the pin, bringing it back to itself, dropping down, grabbing that single chain that's going straight up, bring it straight up, go over to the right, grab that single chain and bring it straight up. Okay, rewind if you have to, but follow that pattern all the way up to the end of the loom, and I'll meet you back here when I'm finished. Okay, so I am back, and the last thing I did was I brought this diagonal up, went in here, brought it out to the left, out to the right, and then the single band straight up. And this is what your loom should look like. Okay? Alrighty. So now what we want to do is we want to loom out this border band right here. Okay? So our next step is actually, it's all going to be done in one step. We're going to loop those X's and the border bands together. So loop that one out to the right, go in and loop this one out. Does that look right? I want to make sure I got that one. 1, 2. Yeah, it's just a little thin out to the right. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start. So I'm hoping there's enough light there. Let me turn this one a little bit. Actually, let me bring it a little bit closer. Just want to make sure there's enough light here without causing too much of a glare. Got every light in my little room here on. Okay, so we're going to start second pin bar, first pin. We're going to go in, grab that band, bring it back to itself. Going to drop down, grab the band that's on top, which is the border band, bring it straight up. Go back down here, grab that other diagonal and bring it back to itself. Do that again. Going to go in, and it should be the only one on there. Diagonal up to the left. Reach in, grab that border band, bring it straight up. Come on. Go back in there, grab the last band on there, which is this diagonal right here, and bring it back to itself. Okay? And I don't think there was anything funny with that afterwards. You know, Andrea a lot of times will loop bands over, but I don't believe there's anything looped over in this particular one. So third pin bar up, third pin up, second pin bar, bring that diagonal out into the left. So I'm just trying to keep my hands out of the way. Drop down, grab that straight band, single band that goes straight up, bring it straight up, drop back down and grab that last diagonal band, which is the last one on that pin, and bring it back to itself. I'll do that with you one more time. Go in, this diagonal right here, we're going to grab that and bring it back to itself. Okay. Drop down, grab the band on top, which is the border band, bring it straight up, drop down, grab that last diagonal in there, and bring it out into the right, back to itself. Okay. Let's go back over to the other side. Excuse me. Going to reach in, second pin bar from the right, first pin, bring that band back to itself, drop down, grab the border band, bring it straight, well, come on, border band, bring it straight up, drop down, grab that diagonal, and bring it back to itself to the center. Okay, I believe that's correct. Just want to make sure. Oh, you know what? I think I did it backwards. So I'm going to put this back. Yeah, something didn't seem quite right. Yeah, we'll go back in here and undo. Better to have it right the first time. I'm going to just double check this one more time. I'm looking at the flipogram while we're doing this, so I just want to make sure I have it correct. So, oh, well, we're going to the outside first and bringing it into the center. So we'll be doing the one that's on top. That's what it looks like. You know what? I'm going to double check that. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back, and yes, we take second pin bar, first pin. It does go out and to the right. Yeah, I don't know why I was second guessing myself, but you know, I want to make sure it's correct. Single bands, border band straight up, drop down, grab that diagonal, and bring it back to itself. Okay. Go into that same pin, drop down, grab that diagonal, bring it back to itself, up and to the right. Drop down, grab the top band, which is the border band, bring it straight up, dropping down, grabbing this diagonal here and bringing it back to itself. Okay, I'll do that again. Make sure I'm on camera. Second pin bar from the right, third pin up, go in, grab that diagonal, bring it out to the right, drop down, border band goes straight up, lands on that same pin, drop down, grab this diagonal here, and bring it back to itself. Okay, going into that same pin, grabbing that diagonal, bringing it up into the right, drop down, grab the border band, bring it straight up, and go into that same pin and bring that diagonal back to the center, or towards the center. Okay, so go ahead and finish that. Rewind if you have to, pause if you have to, and I will be back. And make sure that you have pushed these bands down up here. Make sure that these are down. I've already pushed mine down because we're going to be bringing, you know, things back to the center. You don't want anything popping off. All right, I will be right back when I finish mine. And I believe we will be closing it off at that point. And yeah, all right, so we're almost done. Okay, so I am back, and I'm going to do the last part of this with you. Going to go into the center, this pin right here. I need to grab that diagonal, bring it back to itself, go in, grab the border band, bring it straight up, go in, same pin, grab that diagonal, and bring it back to itself. Okay, now everything is looped up except for these border bands right here, so we want to bring them back. That is pretty tight in there for me. There you go. I'll go in and grab this last one. I'm going to use my finger and bring it back over to the right. Grab that one. Again, I'm going to use my finger. I don't want it breaking. And then one last one. And like I said, it's pretty tight in there, so I'm going to use my finger to pull that out of there. There we go. And put it right here. Okay. Now, I've already laid this closure band in here. So I'm going to reach in through the pins, through the bands, pull that up. You can use a C-clip, but I'm going to use my plastic safety pin, huge as it is. Okay, just like that. So this is what your loom should look like, and it's not too terribly tight. Okay, so I'm going to go down to the bottom, and I'm going to take my bands off one at a time, like a good girl. Okay. Normally I will just do the sides. This one is, like I said, it's not too terribly tight, so that's kind of nice. All right, so we'll bring those up. So go ahead and pull those all the way off, and then I will be back here with you with my finished bracelet. I don't suggest pulling these off, you know, just ripping them off, because you know, you could break some bands. So I will be back with you when I get this off the loom. I am back, and I just pulled this off the loom, and I have some bands to fix, but look how cute that is. Oh my gosh. It is just gorgeous. And I was afraid this was going to be too big for this, but look at that. It's going to be perfect. Oh my gosh. I really, really love this. Love this design. It is just super easy. I don't know what else to say about it. Oh, here. Yeah, other than how wide it is. It's not super wide. It is 1 1/4 maybe? Maybe 1 1/2 if you stretch it out. Yeah, 1 1/2 if you stretch it out and lay it flat. Oh my gosh, it's just, this is just adorable. Let me check out the back side. This is the back side of it, and that's even nice. Look at these on here. My goodness, beautiful bracelet. Beautiful bracelet. And let's see, for me, perfect for me, because I use those magnetic clasps on them, and it fits nice around the wrist. I you know, I must say it's very comfortable. And so pretty. Look at this. How cute is that? Oh my goodness. So I have bands to fix, and I need to put that bead on there. My wrist is 6 1/2. If you've gone all the way up to the end, it probably would fit just fine for you. Yeah, some stretching to do. A lot of times if you stretch the bands, you know, stretch the bracelet, it'll put some of those bands in place and you won't have to fix too many. But so cute. Beautiful, beautiful design by the Looming Artist. Oh my God, bellissimo. Bellissimo bracelet. So I can get a better color with the, better something with the light. Maybe we can see it a little better. Oh my goodness, what is up with my lights? Don't know what's up with my lights. Can't get a decent picture because I can't get enough light on it. Oh, oops, so sorry. Well, trust me, this is just beautiful. I wasn't so sure about all the white in here, but I'm loving it. Loving this little bracelet. All right, so Bellissimo by the Looming Artist. She's on Instagram as the Looming Artist. She also has some flips on YouTube. Pop on over to both of them and give her a follow and a subscribe. And I am on Instagram under LilahsGigi. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please give it a thumbs up so that you can save this bracelet, save this design, and do it again so you don't have to go searching for it everywhere. And yeah, subscribe to my channel for future tutorials. I have many more coming up. All right, thanks. Take care.